What's going on with this Rey movie? Is it canceled? Is it delayed? Is there even a script produced yet? We're going to talk about all those things today. I don't think this movie is canceled the way that many are talking about, even putting out videos and thumbnails, maybe a little clickbaity to get you to listen. But I'm going to tell you what I think is actually going on based on some of the evidence and information and reporting we have as of today. Now, if you've been looking around the interwebs, you might see that Film Threat released a video earlier this week talking about why they think the Rey movie is going to be canceled, and it all has to do with the state of the script and Stephen Knight and Peaky Blinders opening up a new studio. There's a lot to get to, and I'm going to share what I think is going on when we get to it. So let's hop right in and take a look at this article. So what's going on here? This is from That Park Place, and it says, after Star Wars Rey movie writer announces plan to open new studio in Los Angeles, speculation grows that the Star Wars film could be scrapped. So right from the get-go, I'm just going to tell you right now, there is no report saying that this has been delayed or canceled. This is all just speculation. But I do think there's some really interesting parts of this article that give more information to help us figure out what's really going on. So as we've said, there isn't yet a script. Stephen Knight, who is supposed to be penning the script, is now working on developing a new film studio and moving that to Los Angeles so that people can visit and look at and see all of the Peaky Blinders stuff that they're doing. I don't know. I've never watched Peaky Blinders. Have you? It's not my kind of show, but that's okay. If you like it and you're here, no problem. Knight told BBC, I'm going to open Digabeth Studio. I don't know. Maybe that sounds right. Digabeth Lock Studio here where people can go and look at what we're doing. See pictures, decks, and video of what's happening so people in LA can experience what we're doing at Digabeth. Okay. That has nothing to do with Star Wars, and it seems like it's going to take up a lot of time. And that's really what this article is insinuating. Because of what's happening here, does this mean he's not working on a script? Well, the announcement comes as Knight gears up to begin production on a Peaky Blinders movie. So he's working on another movie, not just on the Rey movie. This starts to make it sound like he may not be on the Rey movie anymore, and we just haven't been told. And honestly, that's kind of what I think is going to happen. That's what they insinuate here at the article. It says, of note, he indicated the film's end of first chapter of Peaky Blinders. That means it's likely that he has plans for potentially more Peaky Blinders after this one. So this isn't just the end and then he moves on. And there's more going on behind the scenes, and maybe it's because I wasn't paying attention. Maybe you already know this. I don't know this, but did you know that there was a script that was already turned in and basically completely rejected? Lucasfilm had so many notes for the script that he had to start over again. Now, it's not like at this point we have any trust that Lucasfilm and their notes are anything good. So there's a chance. I mean, I would love to see the script that was rejected, but there's a chance that the script that was brought forward was actually good. Why? Why do I say that? Well, because if it wasn't good, then Lucasfilm would have loved it right away. They would have run ahead with it, said, this is perfect. This is exactly what we're looking for because no one wants it. And so that's what we're going to do. This is a horrible script. Let's move ahead. I mean, that's what they basically did with the whole sequel trilogy. They had no plan in place. And now it seems like this is turning out to be more of that than something canceled or delayed. It feels like they have no actual plan. They've got a director in place, but do they even have a script? Do they even have a writer? What is going on here? Daisy Ridley has been reported saying that she hasn't seen a script. So what's happening? Lauren Connor, WDW's pro guest, shared his own opinion. I kind of agree with him here. He said, I would say that I think it's part of the reason why Lucasfilm and Disney over the last few years have tried to get away from people with clout in the industry to be their showrunners and their producers and things like that, because people that have that kind of influence can say No. So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to change what you want to change. Instead, what did they do with Acolyte? They got someone who's going to say yes to whatever they want. And it's seemingly that's exactly what we got with the Acolyte, because who else is going to give something to Leslie Headland? Well, after Acolyte, I mean, I hope nothing. But that's the problem they're running into here. They can't get quality writers even to work on this film because of their need to control everything. And honestly, I think that's the biggest storyline here. Whether or not this movie is delayed, whether or not it's canceled, no matter what, I think the biggest problem being shown here is the control nature of Lucasfilm over this. I think they're really freaked out by Acolyte. And it says that later in the article, that everything that's been going on lately in the fandom has them rattled. They're rattled. They're not quite sure what to do. And there's a good chance that the reason the Rey movie and the Grogu movie got flipped once after they originally announced it and everything else is because they really think that Mandalorian is the only thing that's going to get a win. But Disney, I've got bad news. People don't want to see that either. People don't want to see anything that is currently getting ready to be made. I don't know. Maybe that's just how I feel. Let me know how you feel down in the comments below. But again, there is no cancellation. There is no delay yet. But there also is no script. So what do you think is going to happen? Is this movie just going to fall the wayside like a lot of other projects that get announced? Because this is what happens again and again. Disney tries to build up hype and investors by announcing projects before they even have scripts, before they really even have an idea. How in the world can you come up and say, we're going to make this movie, yet you don't even have a script? You don't even have an idea of what it's about. It's just so backwards, but that's what's happening when everything is being run by these big corporations and it's all about the almighty dollar. It's not about creativity. It's not about creating even a good product. They're just worried about their investors. They're not even worried about consumers. They're only worried about investors. If you had to make me say right now, today, is this movie going to happen? I'm going to say yes. I think they're going to force it to happen. They're going to find someone to write a script and they're going to force it out there because this they cannot fail on. If they fail on bringing this movie an established actress who's ready to go, you've already kind of set up a storyline and you're going to walk away from all of that, man, that would be a pretty big failure on the face of Lucasfilm. So I don't think they're going to cancel it, but this certainly is not good news for a movie that a bunch of us have already been saying we don't even want. I don't know. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. And if you would, I'd really appreciate it. Hey, could you leave me a like on this video? It's a free thing you can do that really helps out the channel. I appreciate you. Thanks for watching. Remember, the Force will be with you always.